lovelies, I hope you're all doing well. First and foremost, thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time, special welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. It will mean the world to me, and it literally costs you nothing but a few seconds of your energy and your time. Also, go ahead and hit the like button if you like videos like this, and hit the little bell if you want to be updated on future content that I create. I try to update this channel at least 2 to 3 times a week, and it spans the whole realm of a lifestyle and mommyhood, if that's the type of stuff you are interested in. Okay, so a quick bit of housekeeping before we jump into this video. I am a Teami affiliate. I don't actually drink their teas. I'm a biologist, and your body, if it's functioning properly, it will detox itself. They have other teas too that aren't just detox teas, but I'm not really interested in their teas, but I am interested in their skincare line. I have tried 2 things from them. I use their green tea face mask, and I also use their Vit C serum, and those 2 things have been absolutely amazing. I love using those things, and so either today, tomorrow, or yesterday, depending on whenever this video comes out, they're going to be releasing their butterfly mist, their butterfly toner. There we go, here we go. The butterfly toner mist. That's the name. It's basically a facial spray that you can spray over or under your makeup just to kind of refresh your face. All natural toning mist infused with aloe vera, witch hazel, and our very own butterfly tea, which is their tea that changes color on the temperature, I believe. I haven't tried that yet. I am kind of interested, but it has pea protein, so I can't actually ingest it while breastfeeding Edison. Anyway, it helps revitalize and rejuvenate your complexion all day long. Again, you can spray it over or under your makeup. You can spray it throughout the day. It's supposed to feel very refreshing on your skin. I just ordered it myself, and so I'm really excited to try it. I should be getting it in sometime next week, so I'll do a first impressions of it with you guys. But if you're interested in buying this or anything else from Teami, I do have a discount code. You can get, I think currently right now it's 15% off if you use the discount code, 10 to 15% off with no minimum, so you can buy whatever you want and still get 15% off, which is kind of awesome. Plus it helps me out and supports this channel, so if you're going to go there anyway, go ahead and use that code. So now that that bit of housekeeping is over, let's talk about one-on-one replicas and compare a one-on-one replica to an authentic piece. So I've seen videos like this, and I don't know, sometimes I feel some type of way about them because I feel like some of them are very biased, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. We all have our opinions, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But they're almost always bigger sized items, and I wanted to compare an SLG, one that was authentic and one that was a replica, just because I thought it'd be like a fun little educational thing to do. Either way, this video is not going to be bashing replicas. I do own more authentic pieces than I do replicas, but I don't have any hatred in my heart for replicas, clearly, and so we're not bashing replicas over here. So if you don't like it, you can exit. However, I do hope you stay, because again, I hope this will be an educational journey for us. I'm not going to be talking too much about the morality of replicas in this video, because whew, girl, that's a conversation for another time. That's a much longer conversation. But again, I just figured I would go ahead and compare an SLG, one that's supposed to be a one-on-one replica and one that is authentic. What I have found with SLGs is, even with the really good, well-known replica companies, their SLGs are almost always off, and I feel like that might just be because it's in your purse, no one's really seeing it, so they're not really taking the time to invest in the piece as they would some of their bigger pieces. This is all just my own speculation in my head. I have no evidence of this. All I know is that I really don't buy replica of SLGs for that very reason. Everyone that I have bought has been just slightly off from what was supposed to be the authentic. So I'm not going to talk too much more. I'm going to show you a comparison with everything I have, including the packaging and everything like that, just so you guys can get a gist of what they look like, and we can come more and talk about my thoughts and feelings and things like that at the end. So let's open these up. If you have not seen my unboxing video, this is my card case. I picked this up while we were in Chicago. It's my first piece that I bought in store that I am the first owner of, so I'm very happy with it. It's just a really beautiful piece. And then this is the card case that I bought from Tony. I have bought several replica pieces from Tony. A lot of people in the replica world know who he is. His stuff is generally pretty good. Most of it is on par with the real authentic stuff. Like, it's kind of scary with how on par it is to the authentic stuff, but this one is a little off, and I just want to show you how it's off. So actually, let me just start with prices real quick so you guys know. This, with taxes and everything, cost me $308.92 or something like that, so like $309, and this was $25 on Tony's website with $8 in shipping, and then another like 2% or $2 card fee, something like that. I think it came out to be like 35-40 bucks, something like that. So huge difference in price, but both still very affordable items. So differences. Lining this up, you can see I have about a centimeter to centimeter and a half difference in width right here, and then in the top I have about, if I can line them up, I have about a centimeter difference in height right here. So this one is definitely a lot larger, and I'm like, if you can get your bigger bags right, why can't you get a card case right? Like this, I feel like this would be a lot easier to emulate than some of the bags that they do a really good job of emulating. So that's just a pet peeve for me. Another thing that you will notice is that even though the one from Tony is a lot longer, or is bigger rather, it is thinner. So about a good centimeter thinner there. This is definitely more hefty than this is. I'm applying about the same amount of pressure here to both card cases, and you can see one bends a lot more than the other. So this one I can literally almost fold it in half with no problem and stretch it out, no problem, and it's fine. It's just a lot more flexible, which is actually something I kind of like. I feel like this kind of helps with the glazing issues, so I'm not so worried about this ripping. Whereas this, I don't really want to squeeze and bend this so much, but it's not flexible at all. Also, taking another look at the glazing here, if you guys can see, I feel like the glazing actually has a better job on Tony's than it does on the authentic, and this is one of the concerns I pointed out in my unboxing video too, is that I am concerned about the glazing here wearing. It's also really tight. I have a hard time getting 4 cards in here, and then a hard time just putting anything in here and retrieving them. It's so annoying. With this card case, I don't really have a hard time at all. I can easily put 2 cards in here, 2 cards in here, and 2 cards in the center as well, no problem. I just feel like the flip side to that is that this will stretch out over time, as leather and canvas tend to do, so I run the risk of putting cards in here and then them just sliding out. So that's like just a security flaw that I don't like. So that's something that I expect to happen over time. I just have no idea how soon that would actually happen. Other than that, the craftsmanship on both of them is quite nice. The stitching on this is really nice. Again, the glazing on this is really nice. I'm not sure how well you guys can see, but this does come hot stamped on the inside with Louis Vuitton, Paris, made in France. We all know that's a lie. And it also has a date code over here to the side, though the date code makes no sense. I don't even understand why they bother with a date code. I mean, it's a replica and it really makes no sense whatsoever. And then I'm not sure where the date code is on this. I think it's on the side, but I haven't seen it because it's so tight. But this is also hot stamped on the inside. This one piece was made in Spain, which I think is really cool. One of the last things I noticed about this piece, and this is actually true of all replica SLGs that I've noticed, is listen to the sound. You hear that sound? And listen to the sound. So this piece is way more coated than this piece right here. I don't know why they heavily coat their SLGs. Maybe it's because since it is a replica and you can't take it in to get repaired, they want it to have more longevity and durability. And so, I mean, that's the only reason why I can think that they would coat it so heavily. Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of. It's not like, you know, if you rip this canvas, you can take it and get repaired. Louis Vuitton's not doing that. But yeah, durability reasons is the only reason I can think of why they would coat it so heavily. Just another point that I'm really noticing right now, the leather right here is way thinner than the leather right here. This is really thick, really durable. And again, this is just really thin. I don't want to say flimsy. It's because it's flexible. It's very flexible, but it's not flimsy and it doesn't feel cheap either. This actually feels really, really nice. I would buy this, you know, for 200 bucks. It does feel really good. I'm just kind of peeved off that it's not a one-on-one replica. So on the real monogram piece, you see these fleur-de-lises right here? It's supposed to be cut off like that and be smaller like that. And I don't understand why that was so hard to do. I really don't. But it is a nice solid piece. I've used this a couple times. I actually do like how it feels in the hand. It's really light. I like that it's lighter. I like that I can easily get my cards in and out. It's not a bad piece. Okay, lovely. So let's talk about the boxes here. So this is the replica box right here, and this is the authentic box. I don't really care about the boxes. I generally throw stuff like this away because I don't need it cluttering up my home, but I figured I would go ahead and keep them for the comparison. So starting with the authentic box, it is a lot bigger than the replica box. It is a lot bigger than the authentic box. Putting them here side by side, you have about 1.5 centimeters width difference and about 0.5 centimeter difference in height here. And so it is not like crazy larger, but it is a noticeable size difference. I'm not sure how well you can actually see in the camera. I actually can see really well right here, but the color is also quite different as well. The unauthentic one is much brighter yellow. I feel it's a much more attractive yellowish orange. It's actually orange, but I feel like it's much more attractive than the authentic one actually. So starting with the authentic box, it is a lot bigger than the replica box. It is a lot bigger than the authentic box. Putting them here side by side, you have about 1.5 centimeters width difference and about 0.5 centimeter difference in height here. And so it is not like crazy larger, but it is a noticeable size difference. I'm not sure how well you can actually see in the camera. I actually can see really well right here, but the color is also quite different as well. The unauthentic one is much brighter yellow. I feel it's a much more attractive yellowish orange. It's actually orange, but I feel like it's much more attractive than the authentic one actually. Just much more vibrant, more happy looking in my opinion, while this one is definitely a darker orange. Getting a better look at the actual font and lettering here. The lettering here is actually quite thin and it's kind of shiny and iridescent like, while on the authentic one it's much thicker, like it's a bolded font. This is actually beveled and it's matte. It almost looks black, but it's definitely a dark blue. And then this one is indented into the box. And the texture on the box, I'm not sure how well the texture is going to come up on camera, but the texture is actually the same. The difference is this one is not coated, while this one feels like it's coated with some sort of wax. So it feels a lot heavier, a lot sturdier. This one feels a lot more soft and whatnot. They both feel great, but this one definitely has a waxy overlay on it. A little bit more attention to detail here. This box, I don't use the boxes, you guys, and it's already peeling up over here, so it wasn't tacked down as neatly, and it's just kind of lifting up on the corners, while this one, the authentic one, it is secured shut. It's actually glued down on the sides, and no matter how much I try pushing up on that, it's not coming up. It is stuck on there good. Lastly, in person you can't really see this, but you're seeing it really well on the camera. There is a little bit of a difference in the coloring between the pull-out drawers. This one is a little bit more on the redder side, while this one is kind of closer to a yellowish white color, but in person they literally look exactly the same. The pull tabs, this one's just a bit thinner, but the cloth, the material, it honestly feels the same. There's no difference. And then one thing that I've noticed is none of the authentic boxes that I have does it have the sticker here. I have gotten pieces that have like a piece of paper that have like a tag that have this like in the item, but never on the box itself like this. Let me know if you've actually bought a lot more pieces in stores. Like I said, I've only bought one piece in stores so far, so I can't say that that's exactly, but that's one thing that I have noticed. I think this is one of the things they just do for authentic pieces so they can find them in warehouse easy. But other than that, you know, both are nice boxes, but I don't really care about the boxes. I don't think many of you care about the boxes either, though there are some of you who do, so I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys that. So since some of you really care about detail, I figured I'd go ahead and show you just everything and compare the dust bags as well. So again, this is the authentic piece and this is the super fake replica piece. So this obviously is using all their new material, their new branding and whatnot. So it has a blue lettering across the side. It's a lighter cloth. The cloth feels really nice. Everything is sewn down, looking good. Louis Vuitton is not known for, well, they're known and also not known for being perfectionists. There are items that definitely have flaws that come out. However, this is well put together, feels really nice. This is the replica one. The lettering on this, I'm not sure how well it's showing up on camera. It is bleeding a little bit. The edges of this dust bag is fraying a little bit, but other than that, it's a really nice dust bag. The cloth does feel really nice, like it feels really, really good. It's not scratchy or anything like that, and a dust bag is really, as long as it's not transparent and can let some air through, it's going to protect your bag. It doesn't really matter. But again, I figured some of you guys might be interested in that, so I figured why not share it. Okay, so my closing thoughts. Do I think you should invest in replica SLGs? My thought is spend your money how you want to spend it. Like I said, I don't have any problem with replicas because I feel like they're a great way to introduce yourself to new pieces, to see if you like them. I kind of call replicas like the gateway drugs into luxury. Most people can afford a replica, you know, even if it's just a moderate type replica type thing, most people can afford it and they can see if they like the style, if the style works out for them, and if it does, they're more likely to go ahead and buy it. I know this from personal experience because I bought a replica of, what was it, the keep ball, found out what size I wanted and actually bought a keep ball. You know, it's like I've actually invested in luxury brands because of replica pieces. So if you want to go ahead and buy it, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I also don't think it's a waste of money. It's definitely not a waste of money. But this is also not too hard to save up for. So I get it if you're trying to get, like, you know, a Chanel bag that runs anywhere for, you know, 5K to 6K. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to save up for. But this was a limited edition piece, so it's a little bit more on the expensive side. But these card cases typically run about $200 to $105 on their site. And because they're pretty durable, it's gonna last you a long time. You're not going to need to buy a new wallet for years. So it's a pretty good investment in your money. You get a lot of usability out of it. So it may be worth it to you to actually save up for, you know, the next 5 to 6 months, depending on how much you want to save, to actually invest in an authentic piece over a replica piece. But again, to each their own. I think both of these pieces are actually great. I wish this was closer to one-on-one quality in that it actually looked like and matched how their card cases are supposed to be. But that said, this isn't a bad card case either. I actually do like it a lot, just wish it was a little bit smaller. But other than that, I do like it a lot. Anyway, that was my random thoughts and opinion on an authentic piece versus a super fake. If you guys would like to see like a purse version of this, I think that'd be really cool to do. Let me know if you'd love to see that and I can get on that a little bit later on. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, noon, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!